further down the log. Look after yourself and the family, and regards from here up north. Look after yourself, Paul. Golf Whiskey 0 Tango Alpha Uniform Golf 6 Mike November Delta 7-3. Take care. 7-3. QRZ 40 meters Golf 6 Mike November Delta Golf 6 Mike November Delta QRZ. QRZ Golf 6 Mike November Delta Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Listening. CQ 40 meters CQ 40 Golf 6 Mike November Delta Golf 6 Mike November Delta calling 40. CQ Golf 6 Mike November Delta Golf 6 Mike November Delta calling 40 meters Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Listening. Well, I'll take the opportunity to say hello to you guys. Thought I'd put a live stream on, see how it goes. I've been working a couple of stations. I just wanted to try and get a little bit of a run going on the calls, but lo and behold, it dies off as I hit that live button. But never mind. Thanks very much for joining. I'll see if I can continue putting calls out, and yeah, we can only hope the bands allow. There has been a lot of static crashes while I've been going on, so we'll see what happens, and there we go. I'll continue. CQ 40 Golf 6 Mike November Delta Golf 6 Mike November Delta calling 40 meters Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Listening for any call. Sorry, question mark, Hotel Bravo 9 Foxtrot Uniform Delta. Go again. QSL Bob, thank you very much for the contact here this afternoon, this evening. My apologies. I have you 5x7 5657 here into the northeast UK. Name is Lee Lima Echo Echo. Microphone back to you. Foxtrot stroke Hotel Bravo 9 Foxtrot Uniform Delta Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Back to you there, Bob.
Okay, thank you for the mic. The report is the same with a little QSB wrap 5757 in the middle.
QSL on the 57. Yeah, doing a fine job there. Conditions aside is the IC7300 400 watts and a multi-band vertical antenna there at the moment with a ground plane there at the moment there, Bob. Go ahead.
Okay, for the information on my site, simply Yezu Fox Tango 3000 with a stable microphone and the 100 and 100 watt barefoot only.
Yeah, doing a great job barefoot there at the moment, doing a fine job. Great to hear a bit of activity here on 40. We'll see if I can get a few more contacts in the log. Look after yourself and the family, and enjoy yourself over there in France. Foxtrot stroke Hotel Bravo 9 Fox Uniform Delta Golf 6 Mike November Delta.
Okay, Lee, thank you for all. Good DX for the future. Maybe next time. The world is very little. Golf 6 Mike November Delta from Foxtrot stroke Hotel Bravo 9 Foxtrot Uniform Delta. Bye bye.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, you've got that right. The world is a small place. Look after yourself there, Bob. 7-3. QRZ Golf 6 Mike November Delta. CQ40 CQ40 Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, listening. CQ Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, listening, 40 meters. CQ40 meters, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, calling 40 meters. CQ40 Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, calling CQ40 Golf 6 Mike November Delta, listening. Good evening, Core. Thanks for joining. CQ40 meters, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, calling 40 meters, Golf 6 Mike November Delta. CQ40 Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, calling CQ40 meters, Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Oh, while that's quiet, nobody's come back to us. What I'll do, I'll take this opportunity to say, every time I say that now. Mike Whiskey Zero again, Mike Whiskey Zero. Mike Whiskey Zero, Victor Bravo Tango. Good afternoon, Martin. I have you 5656 up here into the northeast part of the UK, just outside of Sunderland. Name is Lee Lima Echo Echo. Go ahead. Yeah, QSL, thanks for the 5-7 there. Much appreciated on you come back to the call, doing a great job there. Running the IC7300 400 watts through a multi-band vertical antenna there at the moment with a ground plane rather than radials there. Go ahead.
Roger, on the 400 watts into the vertical multi-band I'm using the ICOM 7300 as well, but I'm running it vanilla. I'm running just 100 watts straight from the ICOM 7300.
Yeah, QSL doing a great job with the 100 watts there, coming from Wales. Great. I'm seeing great conditions at the moment. I've had a couple of Welsh stations come back to the call, so it seems to be quite a good little opening down there between the northeast and Wales there. So yeah, thank you very much for the contact and the short QSO. I'll bid you 7-3. Enjoy the rest of the evening, and hopefully work you again further down the log. Mike Whiskey Zero Victor Bravo Tango Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Yeah, QSL, thanks very much. 7-3, stay safe and enjoy the close coming weekend there. 7-3, Mike Whiskey Zero Victor Bravo Tango Golf 6 Mike November Delta clear. QRZ 40 Golf 6 Mike November Delta.
Papa Delta 5 Charlie Zulu Bravo.
Papa Delta 5 Charlie Zulu Bravo. Good evening, Core. Nice to hear you. Great to hear you this evening. I have you 5-9 over here. No problem at all. Name is Lee Lima Echo Echo. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger Lee. I was saying hello to you by Facebook with a live stream. So you're also 5 and 9 here nearby Amsterdam. So you're doing a great job, Lee. 5 and 9 in the clear. Call 6 Mike November Delta PD5 CZB over.
Yeah, QSL Core doing a fantastic job there at the moment. Lovely clear audio. But yeah, conditions they are up and down. But you'll hear that. But no, you're doing a fantastic job there, Core. Just wondering what your conditions are there at the moment, if you don't mind. Papa Delta 5 Charlie Zulu Bravo Golf 6 Mike November Delta.
Yeah, Roger. I'm running a Yaesu Fox Tango 2000 Delta. The antenna is a small wire antenna and has a small antenna with 21 wire. And the microphone is Kenwood MC60 microphone. Back to Owen.
Yeah, QSL doing a great job there. Great signal coming over here at the moment. Yeah, as you gathered, I'm running the 7300, as you probably heard, 400 watts and a multi-band vertical antenna with a ground plane rather than ground radials. So yeah, it seems to be doing the job as well as can be expected there, Core. Go ahead.
Yeah, Roger. Okay, yeah. It's a very great moment. It's thunderstorm here. It was raining when I stepped in my car by the club station. There was a lot of rain this night, so I've put out the antennas in the radio. So when I come back in my house, I was rain. But it is thunderstorm, Leo.
Yeah, QSL. Yeah, to be honest, it actually feels. When I was standing outside, it feels really close. It feels as if there could be a bit of a storm brewing. I am getting a lot of static crashes, on the scope here every now and again. So it does indicate there's a bit of a storm brewing somewhere. Thank you very much for the contact there, Core. Pleasure to work you, and thank you very much for joining me on the live feed. Appreciated with that. Papa Delta 5 Charlie Zulu Bravo Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Back to you for a final echo.
Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Lee, thank you, and I will stay safe, stay healthy, and good luck with your live streaming. All the best, and take care. Bye bye.
Thank you very much there, Core. You take care, and I'll try and put on a little bit of a good show for you. Look after yourself and the family there. 7-3. QRZ Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Good evening, Fran. CQ40 Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Listening 40 meters. CQ40 Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Listening. Yeah, as I was going to say before the Welsh station came back to me, I want to say thank you very much for joining me. Much appreciated. It has been a while since I've done a live stream. I have to sort of get myself into a bit of a better routine of bringing you guys live streams. The conditions with that, some of us do have to go out and work. It doesn't always necessarily mean that we can play radio and bring you guys a show, which I would love to do. I'd love to bring you a show every day if I wasn't at work all the time. Shift patterns, it does vary. So what I've got to do is sort of work around shift patterns, band conditions. If the band conditions are great, I'm at work, I can't do anything about that. But I do like to try and give you guys a little bit of a show how the bands fare up. But it does also, in a sense, give you guys an idea. When I do put a live stream on for you guys, it's not just for me, it's for you, to show you that I do try and show you what's going on with the bands in my area. It may be different for other people around the area, but just for this area, we can only try. There has been a bit of atmospheric conditions here, with what appears to be some lightning crashes on the band. So I'll try and work through it, see if it clears up. It hasn't happened for a short while now, so we'll get back to it. So yeah, I'll try and put a few more calls. I'll get a few calls in the log. Saves you from listening to me rabbiting on and saying since that got pointed out. I do say that quite a bit, and I will apologise. All that is nerves. Live streaming, that's exactly it. There's no script. I don't go by a script. It would be quite difficult to on a live stream. I don't have things written down. Many people do, just to go by what to say, how to say things, and what have you. I'm not like that. What you see with me is what you get. Try my best to bring it to you as it is, but we all sort of learn somewhere with live streaming. Some people roll into it. Live streaming is a natural form for people. For me, I'm fighting all sorts of demons, trying to tell me to cut the feed and end it and what have you. But I do try and work through it. You don't want to hear me just call CQ. I think I've said this many a time. You don't want to hear me shouting out CQ for contacts and nobody comes back to me. I'm grateful for people to come back to the call. I'm happy to have a quick conversation, a quick QSO with you guys. That's what it's all about in my eyes. Having a laugh, putting out there what some people would like to see on the air. People like to see you put calls out, get the contacts, 5-9 move on. I like to do that, and I like to have a bit of a rag chew as well. So we'll see what I can do. See if I can get a couple more calls in the log. It's a pleasure to work you there, Core. Absolute pleasure to hear you on the air. Great to hear you there. And hopefully it's not going to be the last time. I hope. Anyway, yeah, we'll get back to it. Put a few more calls out. See if I can get a few calls in the log. I may switch it over to 80 meters. Have a quick listen on there for you guys, and maybe have a listen on top band as well. So we'll see what happens. I'll get back to it. A few more calls on 40 meters, and then we'll jump over to 80. CQ 40 meters, CQ 40, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, calling CQ 40, CQ 40, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, listening. CQ 40, CQ 40 meters, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Certainly trying, Gary, certainly trying. CQ 40 meters, CQ 40, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, calling 40, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, listening. As you heard there, clicking and clacking. That was a bit of a lightning somewhere. CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling 40 meters. Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, listening. What you will find as well, I do have two monitors, so you will see me looking at one or the other. So it just to make you aware, I'm not I'm not looking elsewhere. Just gotta keep an eye on other things. CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ40, CQ. Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. Yeah, you could be right there, Gary. 80 or top band, I think that's looking the way forward. Yeah, I'll switch it over to 80 meters. Just have a listen and see what we can do. I'll just be running 100 watts on 80 meters or thereabouts. We'll see. We'll give that a bit of a try. Not with that on. So here we go. See what we can get on 80, if anything. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. Is this frequency in use? Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. Like I say, I am just running 100 watts on 80 meters. Take a bit too long to tune in the linear. CQ80, CQ 80 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling 80. Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. Anyway, using power is sometimes overrated. See how it goes with 100 watts anyway. CQ 80 meters, CQ 80, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling 80 meters. Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. It does appear I have got a high noise floor on 80 for some reason. I'll just center it off so you can see that on the scope. I've got an S7 of noise on 80 meters, so it's not the best. CQ80, CQ 80 meters, CQ 80 meters, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ80, CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. CQ80, CQ 80, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. Well, there's definitely some atmospheric conditions out there, so definitely looking into a storm this evening. CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. You're not wrong there, Gary. Definitely not wrong. Static storms, there's going to be a lot there this evening. CQ, Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. Golf 6, Mike, November Delta, calling 80 meters. Golf 6, Mike, November Delta. If you're into your CW, it looks as though there's a VK station down there on CW. CQ, CQ80, CQ, Golf 6 Mike, November Delta, Golf 6 Mike, November Delta. CQ 80 meters, CQ, CQ, Golf 6 Mike, November Delta, Golf 6 Mike, November Delta, calling CQ 80, CQ, Golf 6 Mike, November Delta. Yeah, I was on 10 meters earlier. There's quite a few stations. Had the burn running round, so it was a case of try and work 10 meters as best I could. The only way I could do that was FT8. I know there's a lot of people don't really like FT8, but it has its uses. When people are running around, you've got noise in the background. It works. I could have tried CW, but FT8 was a little bit on the easier side. I could just disappear off on FT8 at the drop of a hat, sort of thing. So yeah, 10 meters. I did get quite a few contacts on 10 meters there. CQ, CQ80, CQ 80 meters, Golf 6 Mike, November Delta, Golf 6 Mike, November Delta, calling 80, Golf 6 Mike, November Delta. Definitely quiet on the 80 front. CQ, CQ, Golf 6 Mike, November Delta, Golf 6 Mike, November Delta, calling 80, Golf 6 Mike, November Delta. I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll just scan through the band, see if I can get the station that's putting a call out, I'll see if I can work them, see what happens. $80 meters I don't really use that often, to be honest, so I should really use 80 meters a bit more. Find out, get better results on 20 and 40, but that all depends on conditions as well. Anyway, what I'll do, I'll try top band, let you guys have a listen on there.
Further afield.
Yeah, big signal.
Sorry, Phil.
That sounded like the voice of the Northeast there. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely the voice of the Northeast. Anyway, what I'm going to do, I'm a bit reluctant to end the feed there, to be honest. I might go back on to 40, try a couple more shouts on 40 meters. It doesn't look that promising, to be honest. Where am I beaming? I'll see what 20 is like. I'll switch it over to the beam on 20 meters, see what's there. If there's anything, I'm currently beaming South America there on 20 meters, so we'll have a try. Yeah, it's a bit of activity on 20. I'll tell you what, rather than end the stream there, I know it may be a little bit difficult, but like I keep saying, if you don't try, you're not going to know. what you're going to get in the log. So I'll swing the beam up North America, see what we can get, see if we hear anything or see anything that jumps out in the scope. If we can hear some of North American stations, I might put a few calls out. I might just put calls out anyway, just to give you the show. Yeah, bear with me. I've just got to tune this. I would prefer something a little bit quicker. Something with something a little bit easier to tune. But where's the fun in that? Hit a button, tune it, and away you go. Or mess about with a manual tuner, do it properly, and away you go. Well, we'll see. Come back to there. Where am I? Don't want to go over the top of people. That's not the right thing to do. Redo the linear. Right, there we go. We'll try that. We'll put a few calls in North America, see what happens. Kind of really, there is a lot of activity there. I wasn't expecting it to be, but here we go. Is this frequency in use? Is this frequency in use? Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Is this frequency in use? Golf 6 Mike November Delta. CQ 20 meters, CQ 20 meters, beaming North America, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, beaming North America, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, calling CQ North America, Golf 6 Mike November Delta. CQ North America, CQ North America, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, calling CQ North America, CQ North America, Golf 6 Mike November Delta. CQ 20 meters, CQ North America, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, calling North America, Golf 6 Mike November Delta. CQ, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, calling CQ 20 CQ, Golf 6 Mike November Delta. CQ 20 meters, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, calling CQ North America, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, listening. CQ North America, CQ North America, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, listening. CQ North America, CQ North America, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, listening. Definitely quiet on most of the bands. CQ, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, calling CQ20, CQ20, Golf 6 Mike November Delta. CQ20, CQ20 meters, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, calling CQ20, CQ, Golf 6 Mike November Delta. CQ20, CQ20, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, listening. CQ20, CQ20, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, Golf 6 Mike November Delta, calling CQ20 meter, CQ, Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Looks like I'll have to try 20 meters a little bit later on. Seems to be quite a little bit of activity, but nothing coming out. Anyway, what I'll do, somebody asked me if I'd try and do a tutorial starting from the beginning on getting into the hobby. The thing is, I'm not great, and you guys will probably see it, I'm not great at explaining things. I like to get on and do what I need to do, put the calls out, get the contacts. I do find it difficult explaining things. However, I may try and do that tutorial, but we'll have to see. It won't be live, I can guarantee you that it won't be live. It will be a recording, but it should be fun if I do it. The only thing I can suggest doing is getting the radio and hitting that power button. Get the radio, get a power supply, and off you go. Something that's going to receive the signals. Some people swear by random wires. They work. They do work sometimes. Not all the time, sometimes. If you get the cut right. Half wave, quarter wave, full wave, whatever. They do work. But for all bands, I'm a little bit dubious about. People say, oh, they're brilliant. I'm not so convinced. Anyway, what I'll do, I'm going to thank you very much for watching. Hopefully, I'll be back tomorrow before I start work in the morning. See what the bands are like and bring you a little bit of a show in the morning. If not, it may be on the evening. So, thank you very much for joining us. I know it wasn't a great in the way of contacts, but it's there. We've got a few in the log. 7-3 from here in the Northeast UK. Golf 6 Mike November Delta. Off and clear. Cheers for watching.